Hello YouTube, welcome to Chin Cooks Stuff. I'm Chin, and on this channel I do swear a lot, so viewer discretion is advised. So today I am doing a barbecue spare rib recipe, and the reason I'm doing this is because someone said that their mate gave them this recipe and this is what their dad used to make in a takeaway. The reason why I question it and want to review it today is because it's got nearly half of the ingredients that I would say good ribs need. Also, there's no MSG in there, so I think that's a lie. But we're going to test them out and see how we go. It's not, I don't think it's going to be, I think they're going to be okay. I mean, after all, you know, every takeaway is going to have a slightly different variation, and there is more than one way for a self-entitled hipster to peel an avocado. So, yeah, I'm not saying this isn't right, I'm just saying it just doesn't seem legit, considering how much experience I've got in doing this. But we will find out. I just personally think he asked his dad for this recipe, and the dad just went, this is just it, known full fucking well that his son was going to tell other people. That's what I reckon happened. Anyway, right, so you want about 1.5 kilos of ribs. There's no real method with this. You oven them, and then when they're cooked, you deep fry them. That bit sounds legit. A lot of places will oven them. We don't, because when you oven, it's like with char siu as well. Everyone wants to oven it because they think that's the best way, but it actually dries the meat out really badly. The best thing to do is poach it, and then if you want the glaze on the outside, finish it in the oven. It's like our ribs. People come from miles for our ribs because they fall off the bone, because we literally poach them for about 1.5 hours, and then we deep fry them. So when you bite into that rib, it falls off. You can't get that from the oven because it wants to dry the ribs out. That's why I do it. Again, if you like ovening them, that's completely up to you. Like, cooking, as I always say, is 100% subjective, and if it's right for you, that's what matters. So, it literally just says, sprinkle of white pepper. Could you be any more vague? Fuck's sakes, right. So, I'm gonna sprinkle. There's 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper here, and I'm gonna sprinkle that across. And then, again, sprinkle of 5 spice. Now, normally you use a lot of 5 spice because you want the liquor to be of good quality barbecue sauce afterwards, but this is what this recipe calls for. 1 star anise. That's not going to be enough. That is one of the main flavours in it as well. So for this, if it was me, I'd put like 5 or 6, possibly even 7, but 1. Then we've got 1 teaspoon of salt. We've got 1.5 teaspoons of tablespoons, sorry. 1.5 that just does not, right, okay. 1.5 tablespoons of hoisin. I'm using Lee Kumki today. This is my favourite one to cook with. There's 1.5 of those. I've only got one of these, so I'm gonna have to go wash it. Fuck's sake. First world problems! 1.5 teaspoons of crushed yellow bean paste. Again, I'm using Lee Kumki brand. I'm not sure if I actually showed you the can for that before. This is really important when you're doing ribs. People always underestimate the yellow bean, but it's so important. 1.5. And 1 clove of garlic. Now, I wasn't given instructions on the garlic, and I'm just using my thoughts on this. Is if I used garlic and minced it up and chopped it, when you deep fry that, you're gonna have massive chunks of garlic on the outside that are gonna burn. So I think when you use 1 bowl of garlic as a puree, so you've made garlic puree. So I'm going to use 1 bowl of garlic's worth of garlic puree, which is about 3 heaped teaspoons. So I'm going to mix this up now. I'll try it one-handed, let's see what happens. There's no way. Just checking, make sure I haven't missed anything out. It just seems very light on. I know when these cook, they'll sweat and juices will come out of them, but there we go. And whack them in the oven, they said, for about, put that on top to make it look nice. So yeah, I'm gonna whack it in the oven, as they said, for about 45 minutes at 180. I'm gonna take them out, let them cool down, and then we're gonna shallow fry them. I'm gonna try them with you, and I might bring Mum in if she's up for trying these. It's always good to see Choo though, isn't it? So, why not? I also never planned for this to be a review channel, but it turns out it's turning into a review channel. At least I'm cooking. Right, so I've just removed these from the oven, and I am going to take them out, put them on the plate, and let them cool down before I fry them. Also, I'm going to take the liquor at the bottom, the very little there is. I'm going to thicken that up with cornstarch to see if it does make a barbecue sauce as it should do. It just smells like ribs. There's no spicy, like there's no like taste of, sense of smell, aroma of spice. There's nothing here. It's knife, glove. If this was a person, he's really boring. Lewis Hamilton, he's very dull. But anyway, here we go, onto a plate. And then what I'm going to do is deep fry these at around 170. Look at that piddly 1 star in these. Fucking hell. And they go. You don't want the oil too high because you don't want to burn the outside of the ribs. So these have been in for about 3-4 minutes now. They should be done. Now I'm going to thicken up this sauce. So to make this sauce, all I'm doing is putting it on the hob. Scraping the bits off because they're going to have flavour. And I'm going to thicken up the sauce when it's warm. And this is normally what your barbecue sauce is, but it doesn't smell right. It doesn't smell bad, it just smells like someone who thinks what they know is in ribs and they've nearly got the ingredients right but not quite. Here's the final product. Barbecue sauce is obviously going to be turbo oily, so I'm going to skim some of that off. But that's what the ribs look like. They don't look too bad. Right, so that only made about 8 ounces worth of sauce. So realistically, if that is powerful enough, you could dilute that by twice. So you get 2 portions of barbecue sauce for all those ribs. The quantities aren't right, because obviously what is barbecue sauce made from, Mum?
Pardon? In the barbecue sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it made from?
Sauce of the ribs.
Yeah, there we go. Or Chinese roast pork. So let's try this. Like I said, someone gave us this review, put this recipe up on UK Loves Chinese Takeaway Food.
Yeah.
It looked really basic to me, and I thought there's no way on earth his dad is using this. I think he's been given the recipe wrongly, deliberately, so he doesn't share it.
Oh, okay.
Mum doesn't know the recipe.
Is that roasted?
It's roasted and then deep fried.
Yeah.
We poach because it's softer, but
yeah.
Right. Anyway, let's try it.
Quite tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it is tough, obviously, because it's been no flavour. It's like me always do.
No.
Tesco's ribs.
Yeah, salted. Quite tough, isn't it?
Hey, but what do you think of the flavour?
I don't think there's flavour.
It just tastes salty, doesn't it?
Mm.
It needed weighting. MSG. Do you want me to tell you what's in it?
Yeah.
Half a teaspoon white pepper.
Yeah.
No, quarter teaspoon white pepper. Quarter teaspoon.
Is that what that pepper getting in my throat?
Maybe. Quarter teaspoon five spice.
Yeah.
Half a teaspoon salt.
1
dessert spoon of 1.5 tablespoons hoisin and yellow bean.
Yeah.
A whole clove of garlic. I think that's it.
Is it? I think some of the takeaway ribs are like this taste, isn't it?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. That all the sauce come out after all this rib.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not right, is it?
No.
I'm gonna try the sauce. Okay, let's try the sauce. Yeah, okay. That's definitely way too strong.
Yeah.
But even if it's watered down, that doesn't taste like barbecue sauce, it tastes like gravy. That literally tastes like supermarket barbecue sauce. The ribs are good because they're ribs, and ribs are always good, but there's no flavour.
No.
There's no flavour whatsoever.
Just taste of pork, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to try the meat with the sauce, see if that makes a difference. No. What do you think, Mum?
If they call that, I don't think it's very good ribs.
No, it's not.
No flavour.
Score out of 10?
Give it about between 4.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say 4. It's not bad for literally 20 seconds more work and adding more hoisin, yellow bean, even sugar and MSG into this. It would have been a much better rib. There's no flavour whatsoever. They didn't even put Chinese rice wine in.
No. A lot of them wouldn't use it though.
It's too expensive, yeah.
Expensive.
We do in ours, so.
It's not tender.
No, it's not.
No.
So there we have it. The ribs. Yeah, 4 out of 10. They're not bad. It's not a bad recipe. I think, like I said, it could be made a lot better. But there you go.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching Chin Cook Stuff. I've been Chin, and this is my mum Choo.